Hello guys, my name is Larry and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be working on a GE breaker box, also known as a load center, and I'm going to talk about some do's and don'ts while you're working on this breaker box. First thing we want to ensure is safety. So if you're not happy or if you don't feel safe working inside of an electrical panel, make sure you hire an electrician. There's no second chances when you get to play with electricity, so it is very important to practice safety. Now let's get right into the video. Although I'm going to try to cover most of the stuff that goes on inside of a breaker box, I'm not going to be able to actually cover it all in one video here. But I'll try to pass on some of the most important things I think that are valuable and things you need to know when you first start working on an electrical panel or a service panel like you see here. Again, this is a GE 200 amp, and how you know it's a 200 amp breaker or 200 load center is it'll be marked when you purchase it, of course. And this one here is a GE Powermark Gold load center. And again, I stated it's 200 amps, and how you can tell again is by looking at this main breaker right here. Now that would be the on position, and that would energize all this here. Currently it's in the off position, so there is power running into it here, and here. Now these two here, I'm going to get you a shot of the top of the wires. This is not live currently as we are videoing. I took this out of a building that we had a storm come through, and I figured, hey, this would be the perfect scenario for showing you some of the things that I'm trying to, for the purpose of the video. It's great. Now it's not live. Now keep in mind that I'm going to be touching things that you should not be touching. Let me back up. Now keep in mind that I'm going to be touching things in this panel that you should not be touching, because they will be live if you're working on this in your home environment. But back to the top of this breaker box right here, you're going to have 3 wires coming in. Now this is going to be the main power coming in from the utility company. Now you're going to have 2 live wires, which is this one and this one, and then you're going to have a 3rd wire, which is a neutral. That one is going to go over here to the side here, to the bus bar. Now I've moved the camera back where you can see what I'm doing inside the panel. Like I stated, there's 3 wires up here coming in. You got this one. Let me grab something to point this out with. You got this one here. Again, don't touch any of this. I'm not working on a live panel. You will be most likely. You got this one, and you got this one. Each one of those are going to be carrying 120 volts. That's 240 volts coming into your home. Mine is single phase. Different parts of the country may work with different phases. Now this is US. Here in Texas, what I'm trying to explain to you. These 2 again are live. This is your neutral wire. It's running right over here to this bus bar. There's your grounds on this side. No power will access any of these panels over here in this area right here until this main breaker is flipped on. Once you energize that, then you have power going to this leg right here and this leg right back here. Now, I'm going to take that breaker out so it makes it easier to see. By flipping this breaker to the on position, this is your main breaker, you're going to be applying or sending power down this right here, right down to this side, and take this other one so it's easier to see. Down the left leg or right leg, however you're looking into the breaker box. And then you've got this side over here. It's going to be sending power down to this leg. So these are 2 separate legs right here. And again, do not touch them like I'm doing. These are 2 separate legs. Each breaker will work off of each one of these individually. Like you see, this one here going to this one, and this one here is going to this one. And that one there is going down to this one. Hopefully you saw that in the video. I'm going to move it down just a little bit more, and I'm going to focus it in. Maybe that's a little bit better. Let me move this breaker out. Now this leg over here is going to be bringing it down, so you're going to be getting power off of that leg, power off of this leg, and power off of this leg. So if you put a single breaker in there, and say in this orientation right here, we're going to pull off of this leg, put it right there, and you line this groove up right here with that leg right there, you're going to be pulling power off of this leg only. So that's going to send you 110 volts coming from, or 120 coming from here, 110, 120, coming down this leg, through this main breaker, down this leg on the left side, which is half of what these two combined would be, which is 240. So this would be 120 coming in here. So 110, 120 on a, say a light set of plugs in your wall, ceiling lights or anything that takes 110, nothing that takes 220 or 240 volts. Now let's say you wanted to pull 240 volts. So let's say you're going to put this in there and you're going to hook up an AC unit, and it takes most of them take 50 amp, but for the purpose of the video we're going to use a 30 amp breaker. Now this is a double pole, single throw, double pole, single throw. So you're going to be pulling 110 or 110, 120, 110, 120 on here, which will give you 220, 240, 230 in the middle. Now what you're going to try to achieve is you're going to try to put this breaker on two separate legs. Now let me see if I can explain that to you. We want to orientate this breaker right here with the slots that you see right here. Those are going to go on these two legs here in this line right here. Now these two over here, they line up in the slots to that side right there. Now to get the 240 volts, we're going to need to split it. So we're going to need to pull 110 off of this side, and we're going to need to pull 110 off of this side. 110, 120. I'll use 110 in most of the references, but it's still 120. So we're going to double it. One side, one side. To get that, you're going to need to grab this one, and this one, or this one, and this one. Just like you see right, let me see if I can put it on this side so maybe you see it better. We're going to try to grab these two legs to get 240 volts. 110, 110, or 120, 120 is 240. So we're going to stick this right in here, just like so. And we're going to pop that in there, just like you see right there. Now always make sure the breaker's turned off. When you go to the on position, then you're going to be putting power to the appliance, or wherever you're sending that power to is going to be live. Again, let's see if we can get this where we can see it. I use a double pole, single throw. I'm pulling power off of this side, and I'm pulling power off of this other side. As you can see right here. See this one here, this leg here is feeding this one, and this leg is coming from the left side, it's feeding this side. So whenever I turn that breaker on, and I've got, check this unit right here coming out, I'm gonna have 120, and I'm gonna have 120. Now you're thinking, wow, that's pretty cool. Hey, that's just the way the system works. It's kind of confusing. A lot of people think that you're going to be able to pull the same on each, 240 on one side or 240 on one side. But no, you have to combine two legs here inside the breaker box to get the 240 volts out of that. Just to give you a reference, most of your AC systems, hot water heaters, stoves, your evaporator core inside your home, your condenser on the outside of your home, like I said, your stove inside the home, all the bigger stuff, hot water heaters, bigger appliances are going to use 30 to 50 amp double poles. They're going to be pulling 220, 240 volts. So you'll have to achieve that, like I said, you got to go back to everything that I've explained earlier, pulling from both sides in this breaker box. I'll get a little deeper into the video later on with the actual how to wire up these going out. I'm just trying to explain how the breaker box itself works. If this is a new home installation, of course this would be probably, well, it'd be 2 gauge, 2 AW, and that's what this is. Some cities and states require different coded sizes here, so you'd have to check with your local city and state to see what's required on the power coming in to the boxes. Like I said, this is just a video, and it's the purpose of the video. We're just using 2 AWG, and that should help you understand it. I'm gonna try to get in here without it blurring out, but if you look right inside there, the screws are at, they make a special screwdriver, and I've got a south wire here, and I'll put a link down in the description of one that's similar to it or one just like it where you can purchase it. This screwdriver is really a lifesaver, because what it does is, it inside that screw there, you see it's got a square head on it, just like the screwdriver itself does, and it makes it where it's very, very simple to tighten these things up real good and get them out when they're super, super tight. Otherwise, use a flat tip or a Phillips head, and there's a chance that you're going to be pushing real hard. You might hit something in here and cause some major problems. So you might want to invest in one of these little screwdrivers. I don't think they're more than $10, $12, $13, something like that. I'm not sure anymore. I've had this one about a year, but it sure makes it easier, and it also fits these screws right here. See how easy that is? That's what I do like about this load center, is it's got a flat tip or this screwdriver here, and it's called this one here is a SDQ2P4 Southwire. It's an electrical screwdriver. I'm not sure the actual title, but sure works pretty good on all this stuff right here. I love it. Wouldn't have anything else. Well, guys, I guess that concludes the video. And I hope that I've shared some information that might help you in one form or fashion. And if you find it helpful, we ask that you hit the thumbs up, like, and subscribe. That way you can be tuned in for our next videos. And oh, by the way, if you want to see anything about building this little boat behind me, we got another channel called Simply Videos 3910. I'll spell that out. SIMPLYVIDEOS 3910. I got some cooking going on over there, and I got a little bit about this boat, back here, little scooter boat I'm building. And, oh, by the way, if any of y'all know anybody out there got a good 60 to 70, 75 horse Yamaha 2-stroke, they've been running fresh water, that's reasonably priced, I might be interested. So, you send me a message. We also ask that you post your comments and stuff down below, because it really does help us a lot. Not very many people watch us on this old channel because we're just too damn old. Maybe we're just too ugly too. But anyhow, hopefully we got some information out there that is helpful. Again, thumbs up, like, subscribe. Hope to see you in the next video.